Chartimus Prime, Chartimus Prime, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella wacky nicks, taking bad hits, taking bad shits, Chartimus, subscribe,
It is just so shiny. Not that shiny. Hey, what's up you guys? Chartimus Prime here, doing another Marvel Legends figure review on the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Ant-Man movie Ultron Build-A-Figure Wave Ant-Man figure. For sure to pick up this wave, you can get it.
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
Thank you, Mr. Philophosaurus, for making this review possible. Check the link in the description below to his Instagram. On the top, you get an ant again. On the side, we get this unique packaging where it has the Ant-Man right there. Same thing on this side. All the other figures from the wave have a herd of ants. And then on the back, you can see the other figures from the wave. You can see Ant-Man. There's a read-up. If you want to read it, pause it now. All right, let's get to it and crack this thing open. Man, here's our movie Ant-Man out of the packaging. And what a cool looking figure, man. You can see all the details right here, right? That just looks awesome. I'm really stoked about this figure. I really like it a lot. One of my favorite figures from the wave. And I really like that we actually have a cinematic universe Ant-Man to add to our collection of Avengers figures. Even though he's technically not part of the Avengers or anything at the moment, but you know, you could still add him with the group. Anyway, let's take a closer look at the accessories that he comes with. So we get these three tiny accessories over here, and so you can get an idea how small these are. The ant itself right here is measuring at about 2.5 inches across, and measuring Yellow Jacket, what, he's standing right at less than an inch tall. And for the size, I think the paint sculpt came out pretty well on this. Look at that, you can see some detail right here in these arms sticking out, and he has some nice gold paint on there. You can make out the helmet. Looking at the back of it, yeah, the silver looks pretty good. You can see some detail right there in the legs and everything. So very small piece, but detailed pretty well. Then here he is next to Ant-Man, and Ant-Man does look a bit shorter than Yellow Jacket. I don't know if this scales correctly. I haven't seen the movie yet. It's not out yet. But anyway, looking at Ant-Man a little bit more closely, you can see the silver helmet on right over there, and he has some silver for the belt. See a little bit of detail right there in the knee pads and stuff. So it's actually sculpted and painted okay too. Not looking too shabby. Then you can get him just sitting right here on the ant. Yeah, I like having his legs like right around the neck right there. I think that looks pretty good. And the ant itself looks very nice too. So a lot of nice little details right here with the legs on the ant. There's no articulation on any of these mini pieces or anything. But I think they're sculpted out pretty nicely, you know, it looks pretty good. Now he has these gold semi-translucent wings over here. Up you could kind of see my finger behind the wing a little bit. So it's semi-translucent. Action is a little bit different than the red over here. It does not have that textured detail. This is much more glossy. Really nice detail right there on the belt. Anyway, look on the back over here, some more dry brushing. Really nice detail over here, except it gets a little splotchy right there and right there. So that's a little unfortunate. And then looking right over here on the bottom half of the figure, not a whole lot more paint going on. But again, I really do like these riveted sections over here. It reminds me of Bryan Hitch's artwork. Even though I don't remember him drawing an Ant-Man, just the Giant Man. But anyway, get these nice boots right over there. Pickles at the bottom of the feet. And you can see the Ant-Man calves. We get some more red right down there. So this figure has some pretty good articulation. There are things that do bother me about it a little bit though. For instance, moving the head up, it does get hindered by this back piece right over there by the neck. But he can still look up. And he does look down a reasonable amount. You get his head moving side to side and you can pop it off. But yeah, you get side to side movement and only a tiny bit of neck pivot right there. Shoulders move outward, move forward, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist moves side to side, they hinge up and down. He has a decent ab crunch. It crunches forward only a little bit that much and back only a little bit. He does have a waist joint right here that is not hindered by the belt. You could hear it like knocking against a part though right there, see? This is a good listening review, isn't it? Just listen to the sounds of the figure. Sounds of the figure. His hip joints move outward that much. He can kick forward very high. Moves back only a little bit at all. Upper thigh swivel. And his legs are very loose. I need to mention that, by the way. Like right out of the packaging, it's just really loose leg right here, especially with the right leg. Left leg's kind of loose too. Anyway, you get an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees. Ankles move down. They don't really move up as much as I want them to. There's this little sculpted piece right here that does hinder the articulation, but he does have ankle pivot. Now this Ant-Man stands at the average height for a Marvel Legend. He's at 6.5 inches tall. And then here's Ant-Man next to his accessories with the ant and the Ant-Man on top of it. And then we have Yellow Jacket. I don't mean to brag, okay? But balancing skills right there, man. There's no sticky tack or nothing on that little Yellow Jacket. It's not leaning against anything. balance. And here's our MCU Ant-Man compared to our comic version of Ant-Man, and I know these costumes look completely different, but I see the resemblances between the two of them. I don't know, I just think it's very cool. I'm very, very excited for the Ant-Man movie. I think the scale on this Ant-Man is perfect with these other Avengers. It's just perfect how he's just a little bit shorter than Captain America over here. I'm really digging this a lot. And then here's Ant-Man compared to all the other figures from the wave, which I've already reviewed. All we have left now is the Build-A-Figure Ultron, which will be up tomorrow, so stay tuned. And then here he is next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Hey, once again, check it out. Balance. Yeah, not too shabby, huh? I really do like this action figure, and I do like the little figures that it comes with. I don't know, I just think it's a really cool looking movie, Ant-Man. I'm very excited for the movie, so far I'm really digging what I'm seeing. Anyway, I hope you guys liked my review. If you did, please hit the like button, click any of these boxes right over here for more Shart in your face. Please check out my Patreon account, it's very much appreciated. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and go to MarvelousNews.com for a photo gallery of images from this review. I'll catch you guys later. Balance.
That's crispy.
Check out his Instagram in the description. Blah.